In this video I will show you my way of playing the English opening that doesn't require you to study any theory. So the English opening starts after the move c4 from white, and then black has multiple approaches, but first we will take a look at what to do if they play e5, which is the most played move. I always go for the move g3, and I think you should do this because you can develop the bishop here, and if you go for this move knight c3, which is the most played move by white, you can run into some of these lines with an early bishop targeting your knight. So what I do is I just play g3 with the idea of developing this light squared bishop first. Then black will play something like knight f6, bishop g2, and usually here they will already develop their bishop, and then you can of course develop your knight, or you could also play the move d3 first to get this setup, which is something you have to remember if you want to play the English opening, to go for this setup. Then black will castle, and you can play knight to c3. If black tries to go for an early attack here, which some players try to do, you can always easily stop this with the move e3, which is something we are going to play in most variations anyways, and this both blocks the bishop and attacks this knight, so the best move for black is here to just go back, and black just wasted the move. So you'd never have to really worry about them attacking this pawn. But if they castle, you can just play knight to c3. They can play something like knight c6, and this is the first variation I will show you, because black can play knight c6, and some players will also play c6 with the idea of playing d5, and there is a slightly different approach for white depending on what your opponent does. So most players will probably play c6 or knight c6 in this position. So against knight c6, what I like to do is to play this move e3, and the goal of e3 is to both block this bishop and also develop my knight here. So sometimes in the English opening you will develop your knight here, but against this knight c6 variation I think it is a little bit better to play this e3 and then develop your knight here. Because for example here d6, knight in, usually they will try to develop their bishop, and there are a couple of squares they will go to. The second most played move in this position is this move, bishop e6, which immediately loses the game on move 7. So that just shows you how many black players don't know how to play against this particular setup from white. This is something that they don't see a lot, so if you play this you might get a lot of tactics. So they can play here with the bishop, which is also not so good, but that's the most played move, or sometimes they play bishop here. And then what you can do is play this move d4, and you can probably already see this. d4 is attacking this bishop, and at the same time you will be able to push here and win material. So the best approach for black is captures, and then of course the bishop has to go back, because if the bishop goes back you have this winning a piece, because you have a pawn fork, and probably they will just sacrifice something like, for example, knight takes, and then maybe they will take here with the bishop. You can develop here also to block this file, and this position is already winning for white. It might seem a little bit strange since this bishop is here, but for example after rook here you can play queen d2, and then I'm looking for a move from black, let's say maybe queen d7, and then you can castle queenside here, and if only in this variation, if you happen to win material early on, you can then castle queenside, because of course you won't be able to castle kingside anymore. But it's worth it to go for this material. Of course, if they are a little bit more careful or more experienced, they will probably play something like bishop g4, against which we also have many tricks. The idea is to just immediately play this h3 move. I don't castle here, because the whole idea in this English opening is to always keep a really strong bishop on this diagonal. And if you just castle, they have a move like queen d7, and they will be able to force you to trade bishops, and of course this doesn't work because they can just capture it. So that's why you have to immediately play this move h3. Okay, so they can do a couple of things. The most played move is actually to go back. They can also of course capture you, which doesn't matter, this just helps to develop the queen, and then we can castle on the next move. So this is perfectly fine. And most players will go back. If they go back you can castle, and then I'm playing the most played moves for black. And here you can already go for this early kingside attack with a move like g4. And this might look totally crazy if you are not experienced in this opening, but we are going to try to trap this bishop, and that will be a winning position for us. So g4, attacking the bishop. Of course, all of these sacrifices don't really work, because we always have a lot of defenders here near the king. Also in the other variation, this doesn't really work. black, sometimes they play this, but black is just giving up material. So we are going to play g4, bishop here, and then f4, of course, with this simple threat of playing f5, trapping their bishop. If they play something like h6, you just have f5, and even though you are not up material here, you are already completely winning, because the black bishop is just not participating anymore in this game. So basically you are up a full piece without even being up material. If they play something like h5, you also have this move to push them back, and then you even have this move g5, kicking the knight away. They have to go somewhere else, and then you can just fortify this position, and again this bishop is not participating anymore. So black should not allow this, so they should capture here, and you have to be careful here. The best move is to play d4, because if you try to do this, you will notice you cannot move your pawn, of course, because this bishop is spinning it. So if you just play d4 and then they move, now you can play a move like knight takes f4. You can also play this, but it's a little bit weaker because they can just trade and they also have some pressure here. So I like to play this. We still have this stable center. Our knight is now developed and you will be able to trade your knight for their bishop. Something like knight e4 here you can take. Here you can have an exchange where you can take of course, because if they take back they would be losing this piece. So takes, and then you will get a position like this, which is also already winning for white, just because of course we have this amazing center. This bishop is still really strong, and as you can see we will be able to pile up some pressure here on this queen side. This dark squared bishop is usually something you don't develop early on. I like to keep this here for a pretty long time, and then in the end you probably develop it to d2, or sometimes even here to put some pressure along this diagonal. Now we also have to take a look at what to do if we get a similar position, like I showed you before, but they go for this move c6, which is also something that is played a lot of the times, and they do this to stop our really strong bishop, because in our English opening our idea is always the same, to go for this setup and to have this amazing bishop and attacking chances on the queen side. So if they are smart, they will play something like c6, and then we have to slightly change our approach from what I just showed you. Here you can just play the move knight f3. There's no real reason here to go for this other variation with e3 and then, for example, knight here. It's just a little bit too slow because our bishop will never be live in the center and black will get this early d5 push. So the best thing here is to play knight f3, and you will see we immediately have threats here because now we are attacking this pawn on e5, which is unprotected. And if black tries to go for something in the center, of course this pawn is still hanging and you can even capture it here, or capture first and then capture this pawn. So here we are kind of saying to black, you made a small mistake by not playing your knight here because now this is not defended. So the best move for black is to just play some more passive setup like this, and that is what we wanted. That is why we played the knight here, so then we can castle. And again they will always try to come out with the bishop, but you have to be careful and immediately play this move h3. For example, if you play bishop here, they always threaten to trade these bishops. So what I do is always immediately play this h3 move to stop them. And then again, bishop h5 is the most played move. And here I will show you another plan that you have in the English opening. This plan is to go for a queenside pawn storm with your pawns here, which is a common approach, especially against the c6 setup, but you can also use this in the other variation. And the idea is to go a3, b4, b5, and we try to get our bishop as active as possible and see if we can win material. If black wants to stop you, they can always try something like a5, but there's rook b1 and this pawn will advance. Knight e7, of course, if they play knight here, they can stop your pawn, but they have to put their knight in a rather passive spot. So many players will go for something like knight d7 and you have takes, and you can see we already have some pressure here on the queen side. This bishop will come live. This rook might be vulnerable in some positions after we move our knight. They could play something like queen here. If they take, that's pretty bad for them. You can even take with the rook here. As you can see, pressure here. You will be able to put the queen in. This is going to be a lot of pressure. And this pawn will fall in many variations. So for example here, There's even a knight here, knight to h4, and just lots of pressure, and white is winning in every line. A better approach for black is to play something like queen c7. And then here, if this plan is at its end, so for example here, there's no real reason to capture, it's a little bit better to keep the pressure here. You can always still go for this plan with g4. Of course, capturing is just losing material. And if they go back, you can go knight h4 and also try to trade this bishop, and at the same time we are now opening up this bishop. So I'm looking for a move for black. Maybe something like knight c5 is actually the engine recommendation. I don't think many players will play that. I think most players will play something like this. You can always take, and you can see we have a lot of pressure here. And sometimes even moves like g5 are good here, just to keep going at this enemy king. So that is what you can do against this early c6 variation. Some players will also not play an early e5, and they will play something like the King's Indian defense. Sometimes with e6, sometimes with e5. If they play this, you can always go for the same system with white. So you can just play your knight here to f3 if you want, castle, then later on play the knight to c3. Usually in all of these positions they will in the end play something like d6, e5, which is a similar pawn structure to what we have seen before, with the only difference that this bishop is here. But we still have this same approach, always the same structure, and then again our plan with a3 and b4 is the best plan here, because right now there's no real reason to go for this kingside attack. I generally don't play this because your bishop, your dark squared bishop, will be better than a knight in the late middle game and in the end game. So there's no real point in going for something like this. You are just helping black. So just keep your bishop here in the base camp and don't go for this trade. So a3, again, they can try to stop you, but even here I play this early rook b1 before I even develop any other pieces. Before, there was no reason here to push e3, so I don't play it, because otherwise you are just wasting a move. Capture, capture, and this is also amazing because you will be able to kick this knight away and then get an attack here on the enemy queen side. So for example, bishop there is the most played, b5, and here you can see our light squared bishop will be able to open up. Against most of the lines you have something like queen here, or you can also go for a move like knight g5, because this bishop is sometimes a little bit annoying. So if you can capture that, that's great. And here you even have a double attack, because you are attacking this at the same time as you are attacking this. So if they play something like, for example, rook here, you always have takes, takes, and then many lines, for example, queen here is something as well, because we are gonna keep building up the pressure. And this bishop, I sometimes develop this over here to this a3 square to put pressure, because sometimes players will try to play something like c6, and then if you have your bishop here, you can also play for tactics against this pawn. Again, your rooks can come in and you just have tremendous pressure here. Always play for this queenside attack in the English. And then there's one last thing we have to take a look at, and that is what if they do the copycat system. So the copycat system, as I call it, is if they play the early c5. This is called the symmetrical variation. And black can just, of course here they don't exactly copy, they can also go for this, but black will just copy your setup, which is something they can do against the English. If they do, I like to go for this early e4, which will result in a Botvinnik system. And if you're interested in the Botvinnik system, I have a no theory chess opening video on the Botvinnik. You should watch that, because I think against the c5 variation, the Botvinnik is the best. Because if you go for this, you can already see this is going to be a pretty boring game. If we just copy each other all the time, for example here with the rook, they can play rook here, you can push, takes, takes, they can push. I mean, you're just gonna get a symmetrical position like this, which is pretty boring, and there's nothing interesting here going on. So I like to go for this early e4 push, with the idea of getting a grip on the center and going for the Botvinnik system. So for example, something like this, castles. You also play the knight here because you want to go for this early f4 push and start an amazing kingside attack. Black's only counterplay is to go for this b5, so you should try to slow him down with a move like a4, and then go for this f4. And here you will have an amazing kingside attack. If you want to see those variations, you should watch my video on the Botvinnik system. Black's only counterplay is to go for this push, but you can always trade. They will sometimes try to be a little bit annoying here with the bishop. You can develop your bishop here to guard this square, and then you can always kick this bishop away, play something like this, and then you will get your Botvinnik system style attack with your pawns marching down the board, your rooks activating, and you will just be crushing the black king here. So that is what to do against the c5 variation. And then the last thing I have to show you is what to do if they go for this early d5. So black can always stop the English opening if they don't want to play against this. To do so, they have to play this variation with knight f6, and then e6 and d5. Or they can also go for a variation with c6 and then d5. And these are both similar. So if black wants to, they can always stop the English opening. What does that mean? Well, you have to be prepared to play something entirely different if you go for the English opening. So for example here, if they go for this, I recommend to always just play the move d4, which is of course still perfectly fine. And if they capture you, you just have this queen check, and you can capture the pawn back, and then play something like knight f3, castles, knight c3. If they go for this c5 push to take your center, you can just take that with the queen, you can just go back, play something like this. Of course, if they let's say if they don't capture your pawn, that's also perfectly fine. They could go for something like bishop check. You can always play your bishop here, go for this trade, then they can castle, you can play knight f3, and these positions really are not any problem. I think all of these positions are quite decent for white. It's just that they are a little bit less exciting than the English opening. But even in these positions, white is always the one with some pressure here in the center. And you just have the same ideas. You have this bishop eyeing down the queen side. You are going to castle. You are going to start some pawn storm here. So I'm looking for moves for black. Black will usually play something like b6 or even c6 here. You can castle, of course, if they take, we can capture with this knight. They can play something like knight d7. Here you can play something like queen c2, and as you can see, you can get your rooks involved here. If at some point they take, you can even take with the knight, and you will get your rooks involved, and you will be able to start an entire queenside attack. But this is something you won't get a lot. Maybe 5% of games you play in the English will, so 1 game in 20 will be this system, which is fine, but a little bit less exciting. So that's it for this video. If you are looking for a new opening to play, you can also check out my book, The Pegasus System, an amazing chess opening book I wrote. You can also join our free community for chess improvers. The link is down in the description. That's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.